Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be giving my first impressions on the Slice75 HE by Chilkey. And I will just say this right off the bat, this is most likely going to be my endgame gaming keyboard. I don't think I really need anything more than this. And honestly, I think the Wu-Ting at like 200, like $90 for the aluminum like backplate, I think that's way too much, especially compared to the overall typing feel you get with this. And from what I've heard, it feels better and sounds better than even the Wu-Ting 80HE, and it's great. It's an overall just really, really good gaming keyboard, especially for the money, and it's way better to type on than the Polar 65, and it's just phenomenal. It's a really, really good gaming keyboard. However, I do have one specific issue with my variant that is going to be the reason why I'm returning this specific copy. However, I will most likely just get another variant right after I get, the money back and then hope for a better copy, because I don't want to take the risk and open up the keyboard and try to fix it myself, because I'm just too scared to do that. I'll be honest. I'd rather just return it because I just got the keyboard. I just got it today. So again, I'd rather just return it and hope for a better copy that doesn't have this issue than open up the keyboard and try to fix it myself, because I'm not super experienced when modding keyboards, I'll be honest. And what is this issue? Is it like a big quality control issue, like something huge? No, it's a very minor issue that most likely just me is like super annoyed by, but it's ticking. It's not like the stabilizer rattling or anything, it's ticking. From what I've heard, that's because the stabilizer is more misaligned than it not being like lubed enough or anything like that. And I'm pretty sure it's like has something to do with it not being like super aligned with like the plastic clips on the bottom or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, all that I care about is if the keyboard feels good, and every other key besides the backspace feels great. It feels consistent. Even the spacebar doesn't have this ticking issue. Meanwhile, the backspace, for whatever reason, does. And it's driving me insane because I just hate keyboard ticking. I've experienced this before on two other mechanical keyboards on the spacebar, and you can feel it a lot more than you can hear it. And I'll try to demonstrate it by just letting you guys hear it, but it's going to be hard. So as you can hear, when I'm clicking it from the right, or not clicking, when I'm pressing it down from the right, it's really not that hard, or not that hard. It's really not that, easy to notice. It's pretty in the background. However, when I go to the left, you can notice it a lot more. It's still not like super noticeable. Again, I think most people probably won't care about this, and it's kind of just bugging me specifically because I'm kind of a detail-oriented person that cares a lot about consistency, but still, it's annoying, and I'm sorry I'm making so many fucking hand movements. I need to stop doing that. But yeah, you get the point. Just overall, the keyboard feels really, really good to type on. I'll give like a brief sound test of all the other keys that are actually consistent and don't have this ticking issue, because they feel so good and feel way better than, again, the Polar 65 does. And then compare that to this. Like, those keys seem okay, but then you get down here. And especially at the spacebar. I'm sorry I'm kind of talking over this. I probably shouldn't, but just hear the difference. Yeah, it feels way cheaper to type on, and overall it just sounds cheaper because I think it just is cheaper in terms of overall build quality, which is why I greatly prefer this over this in terms of typing experience. And also, I have noticed this sometimes. It's not a big issue. Like, it's not like, oh, I hate this keyboard now. But it does have some audible case ping, especially when you really slam the keys down like a fucking man-child. Like, you can hear that kind of resonance. Meanwhile, when I do that on this keyboard, it's nothing. Dead silent. And that's why I think, again, just the overall build quality of this and just the implementation of every part is a lot better. But again, with my specific variant, unfortunately, it just has a ticking issue on the backspace, which is going to be the reason why I'm returning it. And again, I know it's very easy to open it up and mod it, but I'm not super experienced with that. And I'd rather just hopefully get a better variant rather than, again, just, opening it up and maybe ruining the keyboard, because, again, I'm not very good at modding keyboards. I'm maybe a little bit better at modding mice, but even then I'm still not that great at modding stuff in general, so I'd rather just avoid it whenever possible, especially because I got this keyboard today. Sorry, my voice just broke. I just got this keyboard today, so, you know, it's very, very new. It's not like it's like old or anything or past the return window. I can very easily return it, and I will most likely tomorrow. And again, just as soon as I get the money, and I'll just get another one. So yeah, again, really, really like this keyboard. The Hall effect keyboard, like the function for that has worked pretty well in my experience. I will say though, when you're going into the software for the web-based like drivers or whatever, try to use like Microsoft Edge or Chrome or whatever, because at least in Firefox or a fork of Firefox, it just doesn't really have that pop-up to choose the specific keyboard when you're trying to connect the device for whatever reason. I don't know why, probably just a privacy reason, but still just use a different browser rather than the Firefox, because it just didn't work for me. Although, I don't know, maybe it's just because I changed the setting or something that causes it to not show up, or I don't know. But yeah, besides that, again, the overall keyboard feels great. Build quality is great. Typing experience is great besides that one key. But because of that one key, and because it has that ticking issue that's not super noticeable, like audibly, but is way more noticeable when you're actually typing on it, especially compared to like all the other very consistent keys that don't have this ticking or, you know, or like that jittering, the fucking overall just instability with like any of the stabilizers. Having that on this specific key is just kind of annoying. So yeah, again, it's a very minor issue, but it's just something that really bugs me. So yeah, that will basically be it, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.